Nice and ready to start. So just a little bit of jogging on the spot. We're going to jump straight in and we're going to play our 1, 2, 3, 4 hit game. Okay, so remember what we start with here, we're jogging on the spot, moving on the spot. We've got 5 calls. If I call number 1, we turn to the left. If I call number 2, we turn to the right. I'd like you to be trying to hold a ball in this game. Even if you haven't got one, just pretend you're holding an invisible ball. Okay, so 1 to the left, 2 to the right, 3 is a nice big touch of the ball on the ground, and 4 is a big jump. And when I call hit, what we do, we take 1 step forward and 1 step back, just like we would if we were in a defensive line. Okay, so we're going to do this 3 times round. And we're going to do some little exercises in between just to warm up the whole body so we can get into our rugby. Okay, ball in 2 hands. Middle of the ball, giving ourselves a thumbs up. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hit. Okay, let's pick it up a little bit. 2, 1, 3, 1, hit. 1 step forward, 1 step back. 2, 2, 4, 1, 1, 2, and 3. Great stuff, guys. Well done. Okay, I'm just going to pop my ball down, keep jogging on the spot, keep myself moving. Much warmer today, the sun's out and shining. What we're going to do, guys, is 15 jumping jacks. And when you're finished, pick your ball up and get back to running on the spot, okay? So jumping jacks, hands up in the middle, legs out as wide as you can, and then back down to your side. And just keep going. So 15 jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good stuff, guys. Move those arms, move those legs. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to grab my ball. I'm going to pick it up and I'm back to running on the spot again. Lovely stuff. Okay. So we've got round 2 coming up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add 1 extra call in. Okay, and the call is ready. Now, if I call ready, what I want you to do with your feet is do really fast feet. Okay, really fast feet. So like we're sprinting on the spot almost. So all of the same calls, we're just adding in the ready. So let's give it a try. 1, 2, ready, and hit. 1, 2, good stuff. 2, 4, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, hit. Ready, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, hit. 2, ready, and hit. Very good, guys. Very, very good. So keep moving on the spot. Okay, this time ball's going to go down. We're going to do some jumping. No, we've just done jumping jacks, haven't we? We're going to do some star jumps, okay? So this is down, touching our toes, knees bent, and we're just going to spring up like a big star and jump back down. Okay, 10 of those. Pick your ball back up and jog in on the spot, okay? 3, 2, 1, and let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And grab that ball and back to running on the spot. Woo! What a good way to get warm in the morning. We're going to play our 1, 2, 3, 4 game one more time. Okay, no new calls, but I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit, okay? The calls are going to be a little bit quicker. Let's see if we can keep up. Okay, So here we go. Remember, ball in 2 hands still. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready and hit. 2, 3, 1, 4, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 4. Keep going, guys. Hit. 1, 3. Ready and 2 and hit. Brilliant stuff, guys. Okay, last 10 seconds. We're going to do fast feet on my call, okay? 3, 2, 1. And fast feet for 10 seconds. Quick as you can. Move those feet. Lock in your tummy. Nice strong tummy. Straight back. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, and stop there. Get yourselves a sip of water. Brilliant start. We are really cooking. Good stuff. I'm gonna have to go down to a t-shirt, I think. Okay. So as you'll remember from last time, so we're gonna do some new things and then some things that we did last week as well. Because even though it's important to learn new things, it's also just as important to remember how to do some of the things that we do all the time, okay? So, we're going to move on to our animal movements. So, what did we start with last week? I wonder if anyone can remember. I think we started with a bear crawl. That sounds about right. Yeah, let's start with a bear crawl. I think that sounds like a good idea. So, with our bear crawl, as you guys probably remember better than I do from last week, well, I hope so anyway. What we're going to do, 2 hands on the ground, our toes, we're going to go onto our toes. Our knees are just off the ground here. Okay, knees just off the ground, and our bum is below our shoulder blades. So our shoulders are here, bum's down here. Okay, and we're going to take 3 steps forward. So 1, 2, 3, and then 3 steps back. 1, 2, 3. 3 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, and 3 steps back. Keep that bum nice and low. Okay. Now you can see, well, this is not about speed. This one, 3 steps forward. This is about nice and slow. Good, strong body position. 3 steps back. 2. See if you can keep going. And we're just going to stay in our bear crawl for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Lock in that back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Good stuff. That's good work for our tummy, for a strong back. Excellent. Okay. What do I like next? I think we should go for our kangaroo jump next. So that's really good for our jumping, for our springing up, and for our stepping when we're playing rugby. Okay. So what we're going to do is not a running jump, 2 feet on the ground, bending our knees, and we're going to jump forward as far as we can. Now, one thing I like to do with this one is I like to give myself a starting marker and a finishing marker to see if my jumps get bigger as I move along week on week, because practice means that we get stronger. If I've got my starting ball here, I'm just going to chuck a finishing ball up here of where I land to see if I can beat myself, see if I can improve. So nice low knees and jump. Okay, so my line's here. Got my ball in line. That's my new target. So retreating back. Let me see if I can beat my target. Oh, just a tiny bit. Tiny bit. Keep it going, guys. Can you beat yourself in your challenge? Can you challenge yourself? Oh, got that one there. Fantastic. So see, the more jumps we do, the stronger we get. Week on week, we keep practicing. So let's take 3 more jumps with the kangaroo style. What we think about with your jump is not to jump up, but to try and jump forwards. Okay? If we just jump up, we're not going forwards, are we? So with our jump here, we want to be pushing ourselves as far forward as we can. Okay, 2 more jumps. 2 more jumps. 1 more jump to go. Last jump. Oh, okay. Great stuff. What have we got next on the list? We've got our crab walk. Love the crab walk. This is really good for our, what they call the glutes, which is just a smart word for your bum. If you're a physio or know much about biology, which I'm trying to learn about. Okay. So what we do here is we're gonna sit down without a sofa. Okay. So sitting down here, see my bum's in line with my knees. Okay. I've got a nice straight back and I've got a strong chest. And we're going to take 3 steps to the left. You see, I'm coming closer to you guys. That's my 3 steps. And now I'm going to go 3 steps back the other way. 2, 3, and repeat. 1. See if you can stay nice and low. 3. See if you can get that bum as low as possible for your steps. 4, 3, and last set, last one. So 1, 2. Stay low, 3, as low as you can. Keep that back straight. 2, and 3. And stand. Well, that's a toughie. Shake those legs out. Give those legs a little shake. Okay. Now what's our last one? It's the gorilla jump. Gorilla walks. It's tough. I like all of them, but I think it's maybe my favorite just because it's silly. Okay, so we're going to sit down nice and low. This is what I call my sumo squat. So my legs are nice and wide, my arms are dangling in between. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and jump as high as I can to the left, okay, from here. So from here, I'm going to go, whoa, okay, and I'm going to go back the other way, and back the other way, and keep going. Last couple. Brilliant. Oh, stop there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 game. Done. Animal walks. Done. Oh, brilliant. Guys, we're going to move on to our head, shoulders, knees, and toes work. Okay. So I want you to grab a ball or whatever you're using as a ball today, whether it be fruit, not a rugby ball, or just invisible. So you're just doing all this. Okay. So we're just going to pass the ball around our heads. So with this, what I'm looking for when you pass the ball in between your hands is you want to try and use your fingertips instead of your palms. Okay. So you can see my fingertips are on the ball. As I pass that ball around my head, it's just my fingertips that are doing the work. Okay. See if you can work on that. So fingertips. We're just going around one way, as fast or as slow as you can. Doesn't matter. You go at your own pace. Okay, we've gone one way. We're going to turn it the other way. So the other direction that you were going before, round the head. Round that head. 3, 2, 1. Super. Okay, this time we're going to go, you guessed it, around the waist. Okay, so we're going to go one way first. Okay, so let's go round. So remember, we start slow with our step 1, which is learning the exercise. And then when we feel comfortable and confident, we go into step 2. That's excelling at the exercise. And that's when we pick up the pace a little bit. Try and go a little bit quicker. 4, 3. Good stuff, guys. 1. Okay, that's good. We've gone one way. We're going to take it the other way this time, okay? And back it goes. So this is my weaker side. I'm a lefty. So my right hand's not as strong. So that's one of the things I'm working on at the moment. Some of the guys will know my passing off my right hand is not as good as off my left. So I'm trying really hard at the moment to try and get my right-handed passing much better. And that shows you that if, you know, I'm 32, you know, you guys are between 6 and 10 or 11. If you can learn to pass off of both hands and to have similar skills with both hands, you're going to be much further ahead when you get older and are playing rugby. So it's a good skill to learn. 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Okay, what's our next one? We are going to pass the ball around our knees. Okay, so we're going to sit down again, but we're going to do it with our knees together. Okay, so my knees are together, and we're going to pass that ball around one way. Now, if you can see, my back's as straight as I can get it. So you guys need to try and aim, try not to hunch over too much, try not to be stood up like this. Bend those knees and sit down and push that chest out, okay? And we're going one way. We're going one way only for a start. So remember, learn step 1 to excel. 2, 1, stand up, give the legs a little shake. Oh, good stuff. And now sit back down, and we're going to go the other way. You guessed it, we've gone one way, we've 50% of the work done. We're going the other way now. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1, and stop there. Okay, good stuff. And our last one, what we're going to do, we're just going to pop that ball down in front of us, standing up, ball down, ball up, ball down, ball up, ball down, ball up. Good. Game time. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Love this game. I'm sure somebody else must have come up with this before I did, but seeing as I don't know those people, I'm claiming the right. Okay, so if I call heads, it's going to be 3 times around the head. If I call shoulders, we're going to confuse things and we're going to go around the waist 3 times. If I call knees, it's knees together and sitting down, and it's around the knees 3 times. And if I call toes, score that try as quick as you can. Okay, now one thing I want you to think about, we're going to play this 2 times. The first time I want you to play using your strongest hands, okay? So because I'm left-handed, I'm going to play to my strength with my left hand. And the second time we're going to play, I'm going to do it with my weaker hand being the stronger hand, okay? So it means we get to practice with our strong hand and our weak hand and try and make sure that our ball handling skills are good on both sides. Okay, so we're going to start. Good hands first, strong hands first. Here we go. And what's the call? Drum roll. Heads. It's around the head 3 times. And back to middle, back to middle, back to middle. Shoulders. So round, 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 round. 3. Oh, I've dropped it. No. Oh, you guys win this round. Knees. Round those knees. And back up. I'm going to do a little bit of jogging on the spot in between. I think that's a good idea. Toes. And down. Okay. Shoulders. Good stuff. Keep going, guys. Head. And back. Oh, great effort, guys. Doing really well. Knees. And keep moving. Knees. And we're going around knees fast as we can. And back up. Toes. Boop. Toes. Try. Toes. Try. Head. 2, 3. And back. Shoulders. Toes. And break. Little breather. Very, very good. Very good. Love that. Really good game. Okay. So we're going to have a little break, and then we're going to switch to our weaker hand. So I was using my left hand to really help me there. So I was going around the left side first. So this time I'm going to go around my right side instead. So challenge my skills. Okay. Are we ready? So I'm going to be jogging on the spot on the in-between, jogging on the spot, keeping my legs moving, keeping my pelvis moving. Okay. Here we go. Shoulders, surround that waist. Good stuff. And we're moving toes. Head. Oh. Knees. Oh, this is tough. Shoulders. And toes. Oh. And toes. Oh. Toes. And toes. And head. Shoulders. Doing really well, guys. Keep going. Knees. Brilliant. And let's stop there. Grab a little sip of water, guys. Fantastic. Just checking my timings. Apologies for moving my camera around. Brilliant. Guys, we reached our halfway phase. How fantastic is that? Okay, so while you guys are having a sip of water, I'm gonna just explain our next step. So last week we were looking at our passing. Now, if you remember, we were passing off the left and right hand side, holding the ball in two hands, giving yourself, see if you can answer the question, how many thumbs up? It's two, just 2 thumbs up. Okay, and when we were passing, we had 2 things that I was telling you. So the first one was pointing our hands in the direction we want the pass to go. So if I'm passing this way, when I finish passing, my fingertips are pointing in the way. It's a bit like a sort of a magical spell. Okay, and the second thing was the big bad wolf. So when I pass, I give a big breath out. Okay, so those are our 2 things. So we're just gonna do that a little bit just to get ourselves back into it, and then we're going to add a few little bits on. Okay, because passing technique so important, and we forget about it sometimes. Now remember, you can pass to a parent, you can pass against a wall. Those of you may or may not be able to see, I've got this really odd bit of kit here, which is a net that I can pass into. Super helpful, and also socially distance free, which is the important reason why I have it. And if you haven't got a ball or anyone to pass to, that's fine. Okay, so you don't have to use a ball. Have your hands here, and just remember, you can practice anything with rugby, even without a ball. Okay, so passing this way, passing this way. Okay, so I'm going to be passing to my left. We're going to do just a minute or so of passing off the left hand, and then we're going to switch and do about a minute of passing off the right hand. Okay, so let's just go in our own time, your space. So I'm passing off the left hands here. Sorry, I'm moving, ignore me, but this needs to be a static pass, so we're stood nice and still, okay? Oh, missed my target. That's why I like this. It tells me if my passing is good or bad. Good stuff. Okay, so pointing those fingertips, magic spell. Yeah, let's go with magic spell. I like magic spell better. Magic spell and big bad wolf breath, okay? Here we go. Good stuff. Try and keep your feet as still as you can during this, because what we want to build is this, we want to be passing just using our upper body muscles, so our chest muscles, our arm muscles, so we're big and strong up here, okay? Okay, just a couple more passes of this side, and then we're going to switch sides, okay? So one more pass coming up. If anyone wants to know where I got this fancy bit of kit, by the way, it was on Amazon. It was about £30. If it's something that would help in your garden so that the kids can practice passing on their own, I'd highly recommend it. Although I've only had it for a week, so maybe it will break quickly. I'm not sure. I'll keep you posted. Okay, so we're going to switch to passing off our other hand this time, okay? So I've passed off one hand. Now I'm going to pass off the other. So I was passing to my right. Now I'm going to pass to my left. Exactly the same thing. 2 hands on the ball, thumbs up in the middle. When I pass, I'm pointing my fingertips where I pass, my magic fingers, and my big bad wolf breath. Good stuff. So important to practice your passing. And just because we're doing this session for 45 minutes today, the great thing about passing, or anything to do with rugby, is you can do it any time of the day. You know, it's a lovely day outside. You know, I'd highly recommend after you finish this session, which is fantastic that you've got up for. Go to the park, go with your parents, go with your brothers and sisters, go on your own and just practice a bit of passing. Lovely. That big bad wolf breath and those magic fingers. Wizard fingers, maybe. I'm still working on the name. I'm still working on the name. Okay. Last couple of passes of this hand. Last pass, last pass. 2 hands on the ball. Okay. So now that we've got ourselves back into the routine of passing, remembering our techniques, 2 hands on the ball, thumbs up, wizard fingers, and big bad wolf breath, we've been doing all of this stood still. So what we're going to move on to is a bit of movement with our passing. We're going to start nice and slow because we've got a bit of time with these Zoom sessions. We can talk over them and practice them together. And we've got the time, which we don't always have. So it's a great opportunity for us. Okay, so what I want you to think about is when we're passing, what we try to do is we try to pass through an open gate. So I'm going to explain what that means. If I'm passing to my left-hand side and I'm running, I'm going to have to pass at some stage while I'm running. Now, there are 2 different ways we can do that. One of them that I'm going to show you is right and one is wrong. Okay, so if I'm passing this way and this leg comes forwards, so that's one. And then the second one is the other leg. Okay, now I'm going to tell you which one's right. Normally I would ask questions to see what you guys think, but I'm going to tell you what the right answer is. Okay, the right answer is that we want to pass off my right leg here. And the reason why is we want to pass through an open gate. And that's the phrase that we use. So this here, I've opened the gate up to pass through. If I pass over a leg like this, sometimes I can sort of lose my balance a little bit. Maybe you can see it just here. So even with the pass there, I'm almost falling over a little bit. Whereas if I pass this way, it just means I can keep running. So what we call that in rugby terms is something called continuity. Now, you don't have to remember that phrase, but I just wanted to tell you why we do it. So what I'd like you to practice now is exactly the same thing that we've been doing, but we're just going to add 1 step in. Okay, so I'm going to be passing to my right-hand side here. So I'm going to take a big step forward with my left foot, and I'm going to pass to my right-hand side. Okay, I want you guys to give that a try as well with your parents. So not running, we're just taking 1 step forward and passing. Okay, let's see how it goes. Have a little practice. So I'm stood still, I'm passing to my right. I'm going to take a big step. I've got an open gate and I'm going to pass through it. Okay. Keep it going. So 1 big step with my left and pass to the right. Passing through an open gate is what this is called. I'm doing all the same things as well. Magic fingers and big bad wolf breath as well. Okay. So 1 big step forward. Big bad wolf breath and magic fingers, okay? Good stuff. We're starting to get into the really small things that help us just get those extra split seconds in a game that can make a difference. The little bits of technique stuff. This is what the pros practice. It's their bread and butter of passing. I don't know if you guys have heard of the bread and butter, but bread and butter is meant to be sort of the basics of what they would be learning. Okay, let's do a couple more off this side. So passing through an open gate, there's no leg in the way of my pass. And last one on this side, step and pass. And I'm just going to move this round. I might just move this here for my second pass, just so you can see my leg. My leg movement as I pass, hopefully a bit clearer. So I'm passing to my left this time. Okay, so passing to my left, I'm going to take a big step forward with my right foot and just pass that ball through. Okay, passing through an open gate. Passing through an open gate. Brilliant stuff. Keep practicing that with your parents, with your brothers and sisters, on your own, doesn't matter which, as long as you're practicing. That's what matters here. Practice makes perfect. Practice is It's everything that we want to do because we love practicing rugby because, you know, rugby's the best. Not that playing other sports isn't important, because it absolutely is. But it's okay if rugby's your favourite. It's definitely mine. Okay, so I stood still, step forward, my right foot, pass to my left, passing through an open gate. Okay, just going to do a couple more on this side. And then we're going to add another little step onto this, okay? So another couple of bits coming up. Last pass from me, and then I'll do a bit more talking, and then we'll carry on, okay? Okay, so just stop there if you can, and just listen in just for another minute, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to try and put this into a little jog or even a little walk, whatever you feel comfortable with. So from here, I'm going to move this over a little bit so I can do the walk. So what we're going to work on with our walk here is we want to get our body ready for that pass into that position. So sometimes if we're walking, I might get ready for my pass, and you see I've got my left leg forward here, but I've got to make the pass, and I make it, and I sort of lose my balance a little bit. So the next part of what we have to think about when we're passing is just called getting our feet right, okay? So we now know what we have to do to get our feet right, and it's that passing through the open gate. So we don't pass over a leg. So I don't pass over my right leg. We pass over an empty space, okay? So now that we're going to add some walking in, it means that you've got to get your feet right, ready for that pass. So there's an extra thing to think about. So we're going to try and do this now. So I'm going to stay passing the same way, but I need to get my feet right. So here I've got my feet, I've got my right leg forward, and now I'm going to do the pass. Okay? So see if you can bring in a walk or even a slow jog if you want, if you're feeling confident. I'd always say start as a walk and then move on to the jog. Okay, but think about that leg. So I don't mind if the pass doesn't go where you want it to at the moment. That's fine. We can work on that afterwards because we're really thinking about our legs at the moment, which seems funny, doesn't it, really, when we're talking about passing. So over an open gate, or through an open gate, should I say? Through an open gate, which means not over a leg. And passing in. Brilliant. So we can do this jogging, we can do it walking. This is fantastic stuff, guys. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Brilliant. Okay, so just those steps forward. And remember, we've still got to do our magic fingers and our big bad breath, the big bad wolf breath as well. So even though I'm adding things on, we've still got to remember all those things that we know already, which is difficult sometimes, isn't it? That's the thing with learning. It just takes a bit of time. And it takes practice. And it takes us just doing the same thing sometimes over and over again, which I think is part of the fun of it, really. Passing over that open gate. Okay. Brilliant stuff. Really, really good. Okay, we're going to switch sides now. Okay, so if you were passing off one hand, I would like you to try and pass off the other hands now. Okay. Passing off the other hand. So let me just put my net in here. Oh. Brilliant. Okay. Exactly the same thing. Just a bit of walking and passing through an open gate. Okay. Passing through that open gate. I'll be really keen to hear afterwards if all of this makes sense, guys. You know, I'm conscious that we're adding new things every single time. So there's always something different for you. I suppose the big thing for me is just to make sure that what I'm saying makes sense for you and that you feel like you're learning something as we go. Okay. Oh, it went in the net, but I've broken it. But that's okay. It just pops back in just like that, which is great. Okay. Let's keep it going. We've got about 4 or 5 more passes on this side. So passing through an open gate. 3 or 4 more passes. Good stuff. Let's keep it going. Remember our big bad wolf and our wizard fingers. I might do mine a little bit of a jog this time. A little bit of a jog. Brilliant. And we got a couple more to go. Couple more to go. Couple more to go. Little run. So that step, so that there. That's through an open gate. Passing through. And let's make one last one. One last one. That's fine. Okay. And lovely. Guys, grab a little bit of water. Okay. Time for a bit of water. Because we've got 8 minutes left. Brilliant. That's perfect timing. By pure accident. Who knew? So guys, grab a sip of water. And we're just going to move on to the final part, which is, so what it falls under is something called support. Okay, so the best way that we can support our teammates is by making sure that we practice as much as we can with some of our skills. So what we've just practiced there, that also sort of is, it's a bit of support play, because if we need to pass to our players, we need to be able to pass well to our players, don't we? So that counts as support, and that's a really important part of rugby. Maybe the most important, I think, supporting each other. Okay, so what we're going to do, I want you to start by standing on your right leg. Okay, so your left leg's off the ground. And what we're going to do from here, I'm going to take the biggest jump that I can forwards. Okay, so I'm going to go. Okay, now what you might have seen me do with my legs, it wasn't like we were doing with our gorilla jumps. I wasn't sitting all the way down. I was sort of locking my knees in. So a big jump here. You see, I almost stamped the ground a little bit. Okay. And that's called, what we're doing, we're locking in our pelvis, we're making our tummies nice and strong and our legs nice and strong as we land. Okay. So I want you to do 5 of these jumps off the right leg. Okay. So my right leg, I'm going to stand on my right foot and I'm going to jump. Sound effects welcome, but maybe not in your household, but unfortunately I'm outside, so I can largely make as many odd sound effects as I like, obviously within reason. Okay, so really drive that leg through. That wasn't a very good example. I lost my balance a little bit. So from here we're going to drive that leg through, not up. Okay, so find your balance and then big jump forwards. So I've done 5 on my right leg now, and now I'm going to go to 5 on my left leg. Okay, so my left foot's on the ground, my right foot's up. Big jump forward and return back. Got 4 more to go. 3 more to go, good stuff. Really lock in that core, your tummy muscles and your leg muscles. 1 to go as you go. Keep it going. Lovely. Okay, that's a nice and simple one. Okay, what we're going to do now this one's really tricky. Okay, so I'm going to start on my right foot, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump from my right foot onto my right foot again. So it's almost like a really big hop. What we're not looking for here is this. Okay, I know you guys, you got skills. We want to try and challenge ourselves a little bit. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take the biggest jump I can on my right foot, land on my right foot, and then try and find my balance again. Okay, now try not to put your other foot down until you found your balance. Okay, we're trying to strengthen our legs a little bit here and our core muscles. Okay, so jump forwards, find our balance. Once you found your balance, then come back and have another go. Okay, find that balance, find that center. Good stuff. Oh no, I didn't say find that center. That's the most yoga thing I've ever said. Goodness me. Oh, did not like how that happened. So 1 more on this side, 1 more on this side. 3, 2, 1. And brilliant. And we're going to switch onto the other side. So left side now. Okay. So left foot onto left foot. Find that balance and then reset. Forward to go. Find that balance. Sorry, that was a weird sound effect that time. And 2 to go, 2 more coming, 2 more coming. And 1 more to go. 1 more coming. Here we go. Lovely. Okay. So that helps us get our legs a little bit warm, to be honest. Now, for our last 4 minutes, we're going to practice a really important little skill. Okay. Now, this may seem very silly and trivial, but it's very, very important. Okay. We're going to practice putting the ball down and picking it up again. Okay. So I'm going to step with my right leg, pop the ball down here, in between my legs, and I'm going to pick it up again. Okay. Nice and simple. I'm going to bring that right leg back, put my left leg forward, and do exactly the same. Put the ball down, pick it up, and step back. And go back to the right. Right leg goes forward, ball goes in between, both my knees are bent, pick it up, and stand back up. Okay. Brilliant. So just practice this a couple of times on each side. So bending the knees, ball in between hand and foot, standing back, knees bent, and pick it up. Ball down, standing, pick it up, and back we go. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to put this into a bit of movement. So I think that sometimes people think this is a little bit too easy, but sometimes it's quite difficult. So when we're moving and putting the ball down, sometimes people put the ball down here in front of their feet, and that's how we fall over. So what we're practicing here is a bit of running, putting the ball down in between our legs here and carrying on running. And then when we're picking it up again, exactly the same. Knees bent, feet either side. Okay, just for our last little skill, that's what I want you to practice. Okay, I want you to practice with your right foot forward first. So you can see I've got my right foot forward as I'm running here. And when I pick it up, my right foot goes forward. So we're going to practice on our right side first. Switching back. And keep going. Last couple here. And lovely. Okay, and for your last one, I want you to practice on your left foot. So your left foot forward and back, and then picking up with your left foot forwards and back. Remember to bend those knees and bend those knees as you pick up. And knees down. Bending and back up. Last one, guys. And last one coming up. Okay. Guys, that is it for our session today. What I'd like you to practice as a bit of homework is this, and I'm going to show you what we're looking for, okay? So I want you to, at home, to practice all of your skills that we've learned today and put them together. So I'm going to put the ball down here, and what I'm going to do, left foot forward, I'm going to bend the knees, pick the ball up, and then I'm going to get myself ready for that pass. So passing through an open gate, wizard fingers, and big bad wolf breath. Can you do it? If you can do it, parents, let's get some video footage. Let's see if you can get those skills in play. We want to see them. We want to see how well our Ruts players are doing. Excuse my Richmond memorabilia as I'm saying that. But yeah, guys, get some video footage in. Send it to Stu or Caroline or to your head coach. It'd be really nice to put together some footage and just see how the players are doing in lockdown. Okay, thank you very much for today, guys. Cheers, Stu.
Great session, Ollie. Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Bye.